Hello, it's Rob here from propertyinvestmentsuk.co.uk and welcome to today's blog on how to beat the experts and find the best buy-to-let deals in your area. Okay, so in today's blog we're going to talk about how half the battle in property is in knowing what makes a good investment, and then how the other half is in actually how to find the very best buy-to-let deals. And here we're going to today talk about both of these aspects. So first, let's look at finding the very best buy-to-let deals. Now there's a saying which has some closeness in terms of how people source properties, and that's why do criminals rob banks? And that's because that's where the money is. Now many investors and even experts assume the same mentality. And I don't mean in terms of robbing banks, but they follow the crowd when it comes to finding their buy-to-let investments. So they head to estate agents and auctions because that's where the properties are. Now I'm not knocking this strategy, and you can find some great deals here, but let's think about this logically. And I bet for yourself, when you're looking for properties, these are probably the first locations you go to look at as well, right? And it was certainly the first places I started to look at for my properties. But the problem lies there where 99% of other buyers are also doing the same thing. And this is where the competition is. So where there's lots of demand and competition, this drives prices up, and you can end up easily overpaying or getting involved in bidding wars, which is not really what you want to be doing, really. So the trick here is how to buy the properties at a discount so you can find the very best deals. And sometimes you need to observe the masses and then do the opposite. You need to have as many angles as possible, and this involves thinking outside of the box. Now there are thousands of properties sold every year that don't even hit the market or the estate agents or the auction houses, and these ideally are the vendors that you need to be speaking to. So how do you find these particular deals? Well, vendors that choose to sell via an estate agent do so to get the best possible price. On the other hand, vendors that choose to sell directly to a buyer might do so to get the best or the quickest possible sale. So if we think about that analogy for a second, if you were thinking to sell your property and time wasn't an issue, then you'd probably look to go to your local estate agent, same as most sellers. But what about if you needed to sell your property in, say, 6 weeks or even 4 weeks? Then where would you likely to turn to? Well, these sellers simply don't go to their local estate agents because they know that the average sale could take them months via an estate agent. So they sell quick, or they want to sell quick, so they try and take the sale into their own hands and look at other methods. So to do this, they may contact local adverts in, say, their paper, or they might go on Google and type in "sell my house quick" or similar kind of phrases. Or they might even respond to the big yellow leaflets that come through their door from local investors once every couple of months. So for these types of sellers, they're highly motivated, and need to sell quick. It's not just a want, it's a need. So these are the sellers you want to target. So be proactive, get your name out there and get vendors contacting you directly. And you can be picking up these very best deals in your local area. So there's some quick tips in terms of how to maybe find these properties, or some quick cheats as well that you can use to get you started. 2 websites that are very good to look at. So the first one's Property Snake. Now this will give you properties that have had recent price reductions. So this helps you spot maybe motivated sellers within your particular area. A second website, or it's more of a tool really, was a tool called Property Bee, and this goes along listing sites like Rightmove. And this is where you can track changes on a property description or a price, or if a property goes off the market and then comes back on. Property Bee will show you in like a little snippet box underneath the property listings. So that's a great tool that you can get as a Firefox plugin. So now you know how to find, or you've got a bunch of properties that you're potentially looking at. How do you know which ones are the best deals or the most exceptional deals? Well, one of the most important aspects that you need to consider is something like the rental yield. Now, a low rental yield could mean you may be subsidising the property over a period of time, which is not great. And personally, I look for around 8% plus gross rental yields for my properties, and properties that we source for clients as well. So this way you're making sure there's enough income in each of the properties to cover things like mortgage costs, maintenance, void periods, and other miscellaneous expenses as well, but still continue to make a profit. So let's look at how to calculate the rental yield for you. So typically we're looking at 1 year's rental income divided by the purchase price, and then times this by 100 will give you your rental yield. So if we're going to look at a comparison, let's say a property valued at, say, 75,000, it's ready to let, so there's no maintenance or refurbishments required on it, and the monthly rent is about 500 per month. So that monthly rent equals 6,000 per year. So we're going to look at 6,000 divided by 75,000, which is the purchase price, times by 100, which will then give you your rental yield. And if you figure out how to do, or remember how to do this calculation quickly on each property, you'll know very quick if there's going to be enough rental yield in it for you. So remember to look at 8% plus rental yields. That's going to give you some solid deals. And there's an article from the Telegraph that we put in the blog where they're talking about 5.9% yields as brilliant returns. So you can see an 8% is going to give you some great cushion. So now you've found a property with a cracking rental yield, what next should you consider? Well, smart investors tend to make their money when they buy, so not just looking for the rental yield, they're also looking for discount. And if you overpay for a property, it's going to take you a while before you can actually get back that sort of value in it, really. So you want to be buying at a discount to give you a bit of a buffer in the early stages in case prices change. So what discount should you be looking at to make sure you're getting the very best buy-to-let deals? Well, if I was to take maybe a poll of the current investors that we work with at the moment, or investors we work with in the past, I guarantee that their response will come back around 15 to 25%, and that's because we've done it. We've asked them what sort of rental yields they're looking to achieve, and regardless of their situation, whatever their aims are and wherever they're based, or the areas they're looking to invest in, the answer typically always comes back the same. And this is because the smart investors know that it's not just about having a very high very high discount, because they know that great properties aren't going to be sold for pennies. They're just really looking for motivated sellers with a good cushion in terms of the discount and a solid rental yield as well, and that's where they tend to fall. So in conclusion, let's remember that we need to look for motivated sellers. Properties with 8% plus sort of rental yields, gross will give you a solid return, and then also looking for around 15 to 25% discount. So it'd be great to hear what your thoughts are on what discounts and rental yields you maybe look for your property investments. So it'd be great to hear your responses if you want to leave them in the comments below. And as always, I hope you enjoyed today's blog, and I look forward to hearing from you or speaking to you soon. Take care.